going on, guys, and welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to the farm here tonight. Out for a little walk, and we're going to multitask. We are picking up some acorns for our pigs. So on our bottom road below our house, it's actually tree lined with a bunch of oaks. We're basically walking around with the bucket here behind us and grabbing as many acorns as we can. We're finding a lot that were left over from last year. They're actually brown and kind of dried out, but our pigs aren't going to mind. I see it. Our pigs won't mind. They're going to eat them either way. So we'll get some green ones, we'll get some brown ones, and let's get to it. We'll see how many we can get. Good job. There's a bunch over here. All right, throw them in. Count them. Will you stop eating them? Acorns are so good, the dog even likes them. Right up here, probably some more. See all the brown ones?
You finding them too, Hank?
So these acorns are gonna be a great supplement for our pigs. While it's not a lot, it's definitely just an added benefit to their nutrition. So we're going through, we might be a little early in the season. You can see a lot of these are brown. These are leftover from last year. I cannot believe that the squirrels and the chipmunks didn't come in and get them, but it's gold for us. It's gonna be gold for our pigs. They're gonna love it. We do have some green ones that are scattered throughout, but again, not a ton of the green ones, so I think we're a little early. We're out and about walking. Might as well pick them up, right? Fun? Yeah. Good. You're doing such a great job. Pigs will go through what they want to go through. And I'm definitely hoping we get a ton of acorns this fall because, again, it is just such an easy, nutritious supplement for your pigs. And some of the best pork in the world is actually acorn fed. So it just goes to show the nutrition in acorns for pigs and how much they're going to love them. We're going to go over and feed them here shortly once we get our bucket filled up a little more. Mommy's on the hunt. All right, so we got a good 1.5 gallons, 2 gallons of acorns here. Look at that, just over 10.5 pounds of free pig food. So again, we have 10.5 pounds of acorns right here in this bucket. We already fed the pigs 2/3 of what they normally would eat, but it's pretty cool that we're able to just go out, take a walk, get 1/3 of their daily feed. And I know it's only one day, but it's something as the fall goes on, more acorns are going to continue to drop here. And we're going to go through at least hopefully every other day or so. And again, any bit of supplementation you can give your pigs is going to be huge. It's going to help their nutrition, giving them a more diverse diet. It's going to cut your costs a little bit, and ultimately it's going to put more weight on your animals for you. And at the end of the day, it only took us a few minutes. So we're out there for a walk anyway, getting our exercise. Might as well bend over a few times and pick up some acorns. So really nothing crazy there. And again, just some added benefits to our pigs. Throw your apple core down, go ahead. Oh, good job. Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? I think the chicken got it. Here comes the little chick. I think Ziggy's getting it. Ziggy's eating your apple. I hope so now. And another benefit to these acorns, they're also really high in omega-3s and some good fat for the pigs. So it's gonna, again, boost nutrition. It's gonna make for a better animal, which in turn is gonna make for a higher quality meat, which ultimately is what you want, right? And with anything, you can really take it as far as you want. You can take it a step further. So if you don't have pigs, here's an option for you to consider. We're gonna imagine that you have a forested area with oaks. You could theoretically put your pasture around, put your fencing around those oak trees. Those acorns in this time of year, they're gonna fall. Your pigs are gonna have some easy extra food. You don't really have to do anything there. Let's get our one brown egg. And really the only downfall to doing that I can think of is your pigs are gonna eat absolutely everything. There is a potential that they're gonna put on a lot of fat a lot faster than they normally would. So if you're someone that doesn't like that in your pigs, for one, I'd probably tell you you shouldn't be raising pigs because you're gonna get a ton of fat, but you'll definitely have more than the norm. And if you're selling, what is on my feet? And if you're selling your meat, maybe a lot of people wouldn't prefer that. So it's all things to consider, but it would definitely make it really easy. Put them in amongst the oaks. They're going to do work for you. They're going to clean up those acorns. But in our case, it's also really not a big deal to just go through and pick them up, throw them in a bucket and dump them in. Takes you a couple minutes. Just another beautiful sunset. Something fall is good for. And as time goes, we're definitely going to try to produce more of our own pig feed. Next year, I'm really thinking about doing some pumpkins. You just get a ton of volume out of a pumpkin crop, and actually the seeds are a really good dewormer for pigs. So it's kind of that natural dewormer, which is really cool, along with, again, the general weight, the volume that you can produce out of pumpkins. It's going to be more food, and the ultimate goal is just continue to produce as much as we can here. And if you haven't seen our pig math video, we really dive into breaking down our cost to this point with our pigs. But they're definitely gonna cost you more than a lot of other animals, and that's really the name of the game: reducing those inputs. Whether you're sourcing your feed, whether you're producing some of your own, if you can master that, if you can get your overall costs down, well, that's when things really start to take care of themselves. Your animals become a lot more sustainable from a cost standpoint. Things start to thrive here, and that's really when you start establishing some food independence. And that's really it for today, guys. Again, I know it was only one bucket of acorns, but it was definitely exciting for us. We had a good time doing it, and that's really my point. Anything you can do to source or produce your own feed for your animals, again, it's just going to make you so much more independent as far as a food supply. Now your animals are that much closer to being self-sustaining here on the farm, where you're not needing as many outside sources. So there's a lot you can do, as we discussed, and we have something really, really exciting for you guys tomorrow. So I would encourage you to stay tuned. Here's your hint: if you like meat, you're definitely going to want to watch what we're doing tomorrow. Talking about food independence, this is another step, another huge step that we're taking to make sure we establish that independence here on our farm. So if you like what we're doing, again, please stay tuned for tomorrow. Give us a good old thumbs up. I would ask that you hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate your support there. And guys, it's almost our weekend here. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care.